Another property of any sound, okay, whatever sound that you hear, another property is timbre. We call it the timbre. And this is what helps us identify one instrument from another because of its timbre. So another word for that is tone quality. Yan. So mag-isip nga tayo ng mga sounds kapag narinig natin, ang first reaction natin ay takpan ng tenga kasi ayaw nating pakinggan. Hindi lang dahil malakas. No? Alam niyo yung tunog ng chalk sa blackboard pag nagasga or yung nakakangilo o kaya yung kutsara or tinidor sa plato, ayan, parang napapaganon tayo minsan pag narinig natin yon. Ayaw nating makinig. So as I said kanina, when we sing, we want to sound great. So our listeners will want to stay and continue listening to us. So wala naman siguro sa atin na may gusto na kapag kumakanta tayo, may makita tayong nagtatakip ng tenga. Okay, ayaw natin nun. So in any instrument, aside from posture, one of the first things a student learns from the teacher is how to make a good sound out of it. Yun yung una, hawakan natin maigi and then produce a sound. So ang gusto natin ay maganda yung mga lumalabas na tunog. May mga exercises na ginagawa. Depende sa instrument na pinag-aaralan. For example, sa violin, ang ginagawa ay in one note, they try to produce one long sound with their bows. Ito, one long. O kaya sa flute, pag flute, kasi ako flute minor, ang mga exercise is to just produce one note ng mahaba. Ang tawag natin doon ay mga long tone exercises. Long tone exercises. Yeah. Now, this is not done, itong pag-achieve ng magandang quality, it is not done overnight. Yan, hindi na na-achieve ng isang araw lang. So it requires time, it requires years. Even mga professional singers ngayon, they continue to look for ways in order to make their sound better or make their tones better. And sometimes in choir especially, we need to change our sound or modify our tones depende sa kinakanta nating mga piyesa. So hindi pwedeng isang sound lang sa lahat ng piyesa. So kailangan meron tayong konting modification na nangyayari. So for us singers, if we want to work on improving our tone quality, we should focus our attention to those sounds which we usually sustain or produce in a long way. And that is the sound of the vowels. Yun yung sound, the vowels. This is the reason why singers or choirs vocalize. And when we vocalize, we concentrate on vowels. Or yun, mga kinagawa nating mga exercises or vocalizations. Hindi lang ito para lumuwag ang boses. Hindi lang siya para mag-warm up. Conductors and voice teachers listen to the sounds of the vowels individually and collectively because doon sila nakakapag-judge kung nag-i-improve yung tone quality ng kanilang mga estudyante. So ganun din tayo. So there are different ways in order for us to work on this. First, we use our ears. So papakinggan natin yung ating sound, yung ating mga, ano ba yung tunog ng ating ah. For example, everybody, can you do this? Ah, ah, yun. Pakinggan nga natin. Ah. Kayo naman, yan. Pakinggan niyo ang inyong sarili. Now try to, in order to focus your attention talaga dun sa tone quality, I'd like you to direct your ears a little forward and lakihan natin. Put our hands behind our ears and sing. Ah. Ayan. In this position, you are able to listen more. Parang nafo-focus yung pakikinig ninyo dun sa inyong sound rather than kung nakaganyan lang. Mas naririnig ninyo, no? Yan. So that's one way. Parang talagang tinitignan nyo kung gumaganda ba or compare ninyo from your sound last time or the last time that you were vocalizing. So gagamitin natin yun palagi. Now, another thing that you can do is to use your eyes. Use your eyes. Tingnan ninyo ang sarili ninyo. Kaya ang mga singers, kadalasan nagpa-practice sila in front of a mirror. O ngayon, mas madali kasi meron tayong camera. So nakikita niyo yung sarili ninyo. So everybody, paano nga ba yung magandang position ng ah? Ano nga ba yung magandang ah? Dapat nakababa ang jaw. Naka-relax ang tongue. Hindi dapat naka-atras kasi pag naka-atras siya, meron ng tension doon. We don't want that. Okay. So ano naman yung magandang position pag from Yes. Okay. Natitignan natin yung position ng ating bibig kasi that when we move this again what we call our articulators. So pag kumakanta tayo, for example, tapos notice what will happen to the sound if I move my articulators. Nagbabago. So hindi natin gusto yon. So ang gusto nating mag-achieve is to produce a sound that is consistent. And we can only do that if we hold our sound with our articulators. So making sure that hindi siya gumagalaw. Okay. Lalo na pag kumakanta. So mas maganda na pag kumakanta kayo, naka-selfie kayo. Ganyan. Tinitignan niyo yung sarili niyo. And you check yourselves in all the different vowels. Hindi lang A. Baka masyado tayong gumaling sa A. Huwag natin kalimutan, meron pa tayong ibang vowels. Another thing that you have to check. Okay, for example, everybody, can you imagine yourself as sounding like a 3-year-old na bata? Anong tunog nun? Ganun din tayo. Anong tunog nito pag mga 3-year-old ang kumakanta? Okay, okay, narinig. Okay. Ano ngayon ang tunog nito pag, let's say, pag naghihikab? Anong tunog pag naghihikab in that pitch? Parang nandun sa loob, nakakulob. Pero pag bata, parang nandito sa may harap, harap dito sa may mouth lang. Okay, ano pa ba? Okay, gawin nga natin ito, everybody. Yan. So pag ginagawa natin yon, ginagamit natin yung mga space dito sa may ulo, head tone. Kanina yung space sa bata, dito lang sa bunganga, sa mouth. Tapos yung naghihikab tayo, nandun yung space, ginagamit natin yung space sa likod. Ito ang tinatawag nating mga resonators, kung saan natin pinapakiramdaman natin, kung saan natin ipapa-resonate yung ating sound. So because nagagalaw natin itong mga articulators, we are able to make our sound resonate in different spaces in our instrument, in our head. Pwedeng, so, lalo na sa mga basses, kailangan natin gamitin yung mga space sa ating chest cavity. Yan. O, kaya ano pa ba yung mga pwede natin gamitin yung ating mga spaces dun sa ating head. Kaya meron tayong mga tinatawag na chest tone or head tone. Okay. Very good. Now, subukan natin gamitin natin ng exercise. I will ask you to do this, everybody. Sorry. First, I will ask you to in every vowel that we sing, we will try to move our hands. For example, in E, I need you to do this. Parang imagine that you are pulling it from your head. Hilahin natin paakyat. Yes. Okay, now we go change. Ganyan lang tayo. Huwag masyadong ilayo. Okay, ilapit natin. Now, I need for lagay natin yun dito sa ating chin. That will help drop the jaw. Next. Very good. Now, using our metronome, I will ask you to do every vowel in 4 beats. Yeah, 4 beats each. And then after 4, you go to the next vowel in this pitch. Okay, subukan natin. Ready? E muna. 1, 2, ready. E, and what we can do is, using intonation, we can do it, go up, higher tayo. Subukan natin yon. 1, 2, ready. And so on and so forth. Very good. Later on, pwede nyo dagdagan yung mga exercises na ganyan. Instead of one note, what you can do is do it in 2 notes. For example, ano yung ating exercises? If this is your sol, sol, ano ito? Sol, fa, mi. Very good. Sol, mi. Gawin natin ito. Every 2 beats, we change. So para meron tayong dagdag na concept. O, hindi lang tone, pati intonation isasama natin. For example, okay. Watch out. Kailangan wala tayong gagawing slide. Dapat hindi nag-slide. So we want to hit the note precisely. Hindi pwedeng okay. Yun. Very good. So kailangan natin yun ang papakinggan natin. Now, of course, later on, what you can do is to do that in different patterns. Hindi lang, you be creative, you can be creative kasi kung pareho ng pareho, magiging boring. So you can do creative in those vowels and pitches and exercises. Okay.